Very good morning to all my dear students. I'm happy and excited to get connected to you all. I know that you all had a long vacation, but you all must be really good at home, right? Because you cannot go out, meet your friends, meet your relatives, you cannot play outside, a lot of restrictions, always stuck up at home. Don't worry, we teachers have planned out a few interesting activities for you all so that you can be energetic and active during these days. There are a lot of activities which includes even studying. Don't worry, we'll make it fun for you all. So let's get started. First of all, I would like to congratulate all my students because you are promoted to class 6. And I'm happy to mention that I will be your English teacher. I will be handling English for this academic year 2020-21. I hope you're happy about it. So students, shall I welcome you all to our English class? I welcome you all wholeheartedly and happily to our English class. So, let's have a very good interesting chapter because it's the first time, the first chapter for the academic year. It's very interesting. So, let me ask you a question. When you think about birthday, you all would have celebrated birthday. Now, you would have celebrated around 10, 11 or 12 years of birthday. When you think of birthday, what do you remember? What comes into your mind? I know you all are very excited when you hear birthday. You all wait one full year to celebrate your birthday, isn't it? Yes. So, what all comes into your mind when you think about birthday? One is the cake. Yes, the delicious cake that your dad gets you and you eat it. The second thing should be candles. You blow the candles, cut the cake and eat. The next thing, what comes into your mind? One is of course the dress, the beautiful dress that you get so that you can show to your friends and look pretty and handsome on that day. What next? What comes into your mind? What are you eagerly waiting for? Can you think? It should be gifts, right? You all wait for the gifts from parents, from friends. You all are very happy that you get to receive gifts on that day. So today's chapter is about the gifts. So, one more question. Do you think you'll receive gifts only from parents and relatives or friends? Do you think only they can gift you? Do you think so? No. Even our nature. What is nature? Nature is the environment that's around us, right? Even the nature can gift us. So today's chapter is about the gifts that nature has given us. It's called the gifts of nature. Isn't it a very good chapter to start our academic year with, starting off with the gifts? Okay, so now I want you to close your eyes, right now, close your eyes and think about the gifts that the nature has given us. So students, are you all closing your eyes? Now, I want you all to take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. So, what do you breathe in? Air. So, air is a gift of nature. Without air, can you live? No. The next thing, when you're thirsty, what do? You drink water. So that is another gift from nature. Yes? Now slowly open your eyes with a smile and look at this chart. How beautiful it is. The gifts of nature. Can you see these mountains? Imagine you all are standing here. Okay? There's waterfalls, there's water, there's stream, plants, animals. Isn't it good? Isn't it really good to see others? See this class? So, all these are the gifts of nature. Are you happy? Now I want you all to think that, imagine that you're standing right here, enjoying the breeze, hearing the waterfall. And I'm sure that most of you all would have bought your government textbooks. If you all have the government textbooks, I want you all to open it, the English reader, page number 88. And for the students who do not have the textbooks, I will be sending a PDF format. Please refer page number 88. I will be reading it for you all. Carefully listen to it, to each and every word about how it's pronounced and try to understand it for yourself. Shall we start? Please look into your books if you have one. Unit 8, the gifts of nature. We all know that God has given us the most beautiful gift, the gift of nature. We have the long range of mountains, the wide oceans, the sparkling streams, the dense forest, the animals, birds and insects. We have colorful flowers, fruits, the earth we live on, and even the air we breathe. These gifts of nature are ours to admire, use and preserve. It is our moral duty to look after the things God has given us. We must learn to take care of the gifts of nature so that these are not destroyed or harmed. We must not use the gifts of nature for our selfish ends, but instead work to preserve them. So I've read the first paragraph. I want you all to read it silently. It's called silent reading, and underline the new words. Each chapter gives you a lot of new words which you can use in daily life. So take a pencil and underline the new words that you come across in this paragraph. So children, did you all underline the new words? Now let's go into the meaning of these words. The few words which I feel is new for you all are dense. What do you mean by dense? Is it clear to you all? What is dense? Dense means closely packed or crowded together, which means it is dense as in very thick. Have you seen forests, at least in photos, where the plants and trees are very nearby, like very thick, crowded? That is called dense. For example, Amazon is a dense forest. That means it's a thick forest. There are a lot of trees and plants there. Next word is preserve. Preserve, we have come across the word preserve in the book. So it says to keep something as it is, to preserve it or from destroying it. Destroy it. That means what? Like for example, you have in a kitchen, your parents would have told that they add preservatives in it so that it stays for longer time, right? So another example, a sentence you can use it in sentence is that you have to preserve the gifts of nature. You should not destroy the gifts of nature, but you should preserve it. Okay? Preserve means keep it as it is, save it, preserve it. Next word is admire. The admire these are the synonyms of those words. Okay? Admire, so it's coming under vocabulary. It has these words can be used instead of the word admire. It has the same meaning. Admire means praise, adore, cherish, acclaim, appreciate. What is spelling? A-D-M-I-R-E. Admire. For example, I admire my mother a lot. She cooks for you, she takes care of you, she has a very good character, right? So it is, I admire my mother a lot. Next thing, destroy. D-E-S-T-R-O-Y. Destroy. So it has synonyms like demolish, explode, crash, knock down. Destroy means you completely destroy it. So it says completely crashed. When you destroy a building, okay, so when the building completely crashes down, it's called destroy. Another sentence can be, you should not destroy the forest. You should not support deforestation. That is, you should not destroy forest. So these are the new words which you would have come across, and make sure you use it in your class, okay, or in your home whenever you are speaking. Clear? Now let's move to the chapter. We have read the chapter, the first paragraph alone. It's very clear in the pictures over here. It says it has long range of mountains. Can you see the mountains here? Long range means from one end to the other end. It's called as long range of mountains. The second one, it says wide oceans. Can you see the oceans here? It's wide. Wide means like this. Narrow is like this, very narrow road, but it's a wide road with a lot of space. Okay? So wide oceans. Dense forest, we learn the meaning of dense here. Dense forest, see this is how it looks. This is a dense forest. Animals, you can see the animals over here, birds, insects. We have colorful flowers. Can you see the flowers here? It's colorful, it is there in all possible colors, right? It's very pretty and beautiful to see. So these are the flowers. Fruits, the earth we live on and the air we breathe. So these are the gifts of nature. And the next thing the author says, which is very important, is that it is our moral duty to look after the things God has given us. Who has given all these gifts? God has given these gifts through nature, yes? So the author is saying that it is our responsibility, it is our moral duty to take care and preserve. You know the word preserve? Preserve the gifts of nature. For example, if someone gives you something, imagine you get a toy or a beautiful doll, would you preserve it safe or will you destroy it? Will you throw it away? You keep it safe, right? So similarly, God has given these gifts for us to have a very healthy and a good life. So it's our duty to preserve the gifts of nature and save it like this. Okay? Let's go to the next paragraph. Again, look into your page number 89. Carefully listen to it. 100 years ago, there were many animals than there are today. But over the years, hunters have killed them for sport or food in large numbers. It is feared that some species may soon become extinct. Today, these varieties of animals like tigers, lions and some rare species are on the verge of extinction. If we do not take care of these rare animals, there will be soon none left, except in pictures. We must not kill animals and birds for sport. We should also preserve the forest so that the wild animals can thrive and multiply. So very nicely written paragraph. It says that I want you all to underline the new words that come across. This you have a textbook, underline the new words. It is very simple. For example, you have come across the word extinct. Extinct means non-existing. Okay. So that is a new word which you would come across. Here it says that many years back, 1000 years back, that there were so many animals, but now they are not living at all. Why? You all would have heard about sport of killing animals, hunting. You would have heard about hunting, right? So there are many people who takes as a sport and kills animals, hunts animals. Imagine people take a gun and shoot us. Will we die? Yes. Will we survive then? No. Okay. Similarly, if we shoot the animals, even they will die. Then our future generation will not be able to see these animals because all the animals will die. See, like how we have the right to live on this earth, even the animals have got the right to live in this beautiful nature. So we should not hunt the animals or use them for food because it is their right to live. Okay, so that's what it says here. And then it says that we all have a house to stay. Where do we stay? In our house. We all are safe and protected in our houses, right? Similarly, even these wild animals, where is their house? Where do they stay? In the forest. See, you can see the deers here. They stay. This is their house. If we go for cutting down all the trees, we are cutting down their houses. If you cut down their houses, where do they stay? They will die. So, it's in this paragraph it says that we should not destroy the forest. We should preserve and protect our animals so that they can survive and multiply, so that a future generation can see beautiful looking animals and wonderful looking animals. Okay children, so did you all understand till here? We have just seen two paragraphs which is very interesting and it has a very good message to all the human beings here. Okay, now let's move on to the grammar part. It's very simple, just a simple introduction about the pronouns. So to start off, you all must be knowing nouns. From grade 1 you will be learning what are nouns, right? So what is a noun? It's a name of a place, thing, name of a person, place or thing, right? For example, Donna is my teacher. So Donna is the noun then. Yes or no? Okay, so pronoun is something very simple, similar. It is the word. It's given here. Pronoun. It is a word used instead of a noun. For example, so you say that Sita is my friend. She is a. Will you say Sita is my friend? Sita is a good dancer. How would you combine that? You will say Sita is my friend. She is a dancer. In that, she is the pronoun. Is it clear, children? One more example. Brian is my brother. He is a singer. So you are using he instead of the word instead of which noun? Instead of Brian, you are using the word he. That is called as pronoun. Can you repeat it after me? The word used instead of a noun is called a pronoun. Once again, the word used instead of a noun. You should remember, instead of a noun is called pronoun. Okay? So, I'll just give you a few examples. In depth, we'll see it in the next class. So, for example, I, you, he. We saw the example, right? He, she, it, we, you, they. All these are a few examples of pronouns. Later, we'll see what is first person, second person and third person pronoun. So, just learn this one small line, that is the word used instead of a noun is called pronoun, and the examples are I, you, we, she, they, like that. Clear? And one more thing, I want you all to identify. We have just taken two paragraphs. I want you all to underline the pronouns in your textbook. Only from these two paragraphs, like there are pronouns like we and a lot more. I want you all to underline those pronouns. Clear? So we are done with today's class. So today we learned a lot, right? So to start off, the chapter is called The Gifts of Nature. We learned about what are the gifts given by nature, about the long range of mountains, the wide oceans, sparkling as I told, it's glittering, okay? Sparkling streams, dense forest, fruits, flowers, animals. So these are the gifts of nature. And what is the moral duty? That we should preserve the gifts of nature. The next thing what we learned is about that there are many animals which are on the verge of extinction. That is, how are they at the verge of extinction? Because of hunting, and they use the animals for food. Because of that, they all are dying at the verge of extinction. Examples of the animals are tigers and lions. Okay, these are the main animals which are on the verge of extinction. This is what we saw in the two paragraphs. And the last thing what we saw is, it's called as pronoun. A simple grammar, just a small introduction about what is a pronoun. Okay, so did you all understand the chapter? Now, I have a small simple assignment for you all. Because it's the first class, we will have a simple assignment. Okay, something interesting. I want you all to say hi. I have a small video, less than 30 seconds or less than a minute. A video which is less than a minute. And I don't know your name, so I want you all to tell me, introduce yourself because it's the first class. Say hi, tell your name. For example, hi, my name is Deepthi or Sohan or whatever it is. Tell your name and then tell me one gift that you have received, the best gift you have received. For example, it can be your parents or the gift of singing. Some of you are very talented in singing. That is a gift of God. Yes or no? Some of you are good in dancing, right? So that within, if you can dance and sing just a single line, for me it would be really good, and I want you all to send it to me to my personal number. Clear? Once again, say hi along with your name. Say hi, my name is Deepthi, my name is Suman. I'm gifted with the ability of singing, or I'm talented in singing, and you can sing 2 lines. If you are good in dancing or drawing, all that you can, or you're good in telling rhymes or speech. Okay, within less than a minute, make sure it should be less than a minute, and kindly send it to me so that we can see how talented you wonderful students are, and above all, I can get to know your names and get to know closer to you all. Thank you students, hope you all enjoy the class. See you all soon.